Okay. So basically, let's have a look. One of these foam rollers. Okay. So there you are. Okay. That's my remote control. Okay. So we're in, and if you go to the top of the room here. So each activity is going to be a minute long. So my guy will be your partner, okay? Okay. So let's do this. Okay. So you two ladies, you're just going to be holding on to the rope, and you're going to be moving yourself forward and back in a squat position. Okay. So that's yours. So if you come around here, okay. Then turn the camera here. So you guys will be laying on the foam roller. Basically, put your weight equally roll back and forth. Roll side to side. Whatever's good for your lower back there. So that's yours. Turn the camera. Otherwise, it's not interesting. Now, if you don't want to hand your whole weight, you're going to leave one foot down. But basically, just hanging from something that's really good for decompressing the spine. So if you want to keep your feet on the floor, if you want to elevate yourself here, this is just going to decompress the spine. You just put one foot down, or the other foot down, or both feet down. Just hanging here really helps decompress the spine. Now, this is the one that's going to be interesting. This is not ideal equipment. A chair is better, but I don't have a chair, okay? So what's going to happen, you're going to lie across here and hold on. Your knees are going to come in and out. Knees in and out. Now, if that's too much for you, you can do one leg at a time and just switch, okay? So basically, you're going to hang on to it here. This one here, got light weights and heavy weights. You're just going to hold on to your weight and let your back land here. Just hold on. Okay? All right. And now it's here. This is the nice gentleman, okay, Mike? You're just going to put your hips against the wall and just lie down. If you want to bring your feet down to push and then back up, you can. But that's going to be the circuit, okay? Everyone coming up? Oh, thanks for it. It's like Mike, don't even need Mike anymore. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so it's a minute each activity. If you're stuck with your exercise, just give me a shout, okay? Ready? Let's have a go. That's it. So legs up as straight as you can. And then slowly start to bend your legs. Put your feet onto the wall. And then slowly take them back up. And then flex your feet. For 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rotate round in a sort of anti-clockwise motion. There you go. Looking over here now. You set yourself up to start straight away. So sit as low as you can. Hold the rope and sit down. That's it. Good. And then just rock yourself forward and back. Okay, and switch. Right. Okay. And begin straight away. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Yeah, that was difficult to. The lumpy one's intense. And start straight away. Try to get your heels on the floor and then rock forward and back. If you take your arms forward, you get more of a stretch. But what can happen sometimes, that your exercise is more for the hips, but tight hips will equal a tight back. So again, like I say, some of these exercises might do a lot for you, some of these exercises might do nothing for you, but it's just a little experiment. If I do find something that helps you, I might introduce you to it. 10 more seconds. Rest, move around. Like I said, yeah, that's it. Okay, and go for it. So, easy. Extend your legs fully out. Most times. 13. 10 more seconds to go. And switch. This should be the last one now. Okay, start straight away. Stand on it. Put your feet on the outside, on the edge of it, and just let it hang over. That's it. Feel that? If you want to lift up slightly, just straighten the back, and then go further down if you can. Lift slightly. Okay, rest. Okay, come back into the middle of the room and we'll do the yoga part now. Oh yeah, 10 minutes, bang on. Couldn't have planned it better. Basically, so we're going to come down to the floor and just start off with cat cows. And the reason for this is, the reason you want to start with this is you want to have everything neutral. So again, as you're breathing in and arching your back, try and go from your hips through your body, so your head's the last thing to come up. So breathe in, push down, and let your head come up last. And then as you breathe out, same thing, go from your hips and push your shoulders up last. So it's not all at once, it's like a gradual process. So think of like a slow breath in for 5, breathe in. And slow breath out for 5. Roll your spine vertebrae by vertebrae. And for 6, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, so basically we're going to work on the 2 extremes of that movement now, the up dog and the down dog. So put your hands in line with your shoulders and lie on the floor. So we're going to do a little bit of a pyramid drill now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push down, trying to keep my pelvis on the floor, but also trying to straighten your arms. Don't worry if your pelvis lifts slightly or your arms don't straighten fully, that's not so important. The important thing is this is like the opposite of sitting down. Look, bending your back this way and then back down. And again, lift up. Hold for 2. And back down. Lift up again for 3. Each time try and straighten your arms a bit more. Push your pelvis into the floor a bit more. Up for 5. Breathe in. You can look up with your head as well. This can help with the spine. And again for 6. Back down. Now 7. And now 8. Two more. Now 9. Last one. 10. Deepest pose now. Okay, come up and just give yourself a little child's pose just to recover. And when you're ready, curl your toes and come into your first down dog. Now with your down dog, what's going to happen is, watch first, because again, when you start doing this, you won't be able to see it. You're basically going to walk your hands to your feet and come back to plank and then walk your feet to your hands. We're going to do about 5 reps. So watch first. So I'm here in my down dog and I walk my hands back to my feet. And I walk my hands forward to underneath my shoulders and then come back into down dog and walk my feet to my hands. Okay? So this is like building up the strength in the lower spine and the hamstrings and the calves and all the back body. Okay? So it'll be 2 sets, so 5 reps in total. Okay? So start off in your plank. Go into your down dog. Okay, first of all, walk your hands to your feet, keeping the hands and feet as straight as possible. 1 breath in, 1 breath out, and walk the hands out. Into your plank. Go into your down dog. and then walk your feet to your hands. Again, while you're here, take one breath in, one breath out. That's one set. So walk your feet back, into your plank, into your down dog, and then walk your hands back to your feet. Walk back out, back to plank, back to down dog, walk your feet back to your hands. Set number 2. Walk back, down dog, walk hands back to feet. Walk out, back to plank, back to down dog, walk feet, back to hands. Set 3, 2 more sets. Back to plank, down dog, and back to feet. Walk out, back to plank, feet in the hands. Set number 4, 1 more set. Plank, down dog, deepest down dog now, hands to feet, deepest fold. Walk out, plank, down dog, and walk feet back down. And bend the knees and slowly rise up. Just have a bit of a shake. That was intense. Just sit down on the floor. Just go on to the next bit. Just go into your butterfly stretch and just slowly pull yourself forward, over. This is more like an upper back stretch, but again, we've done so much with the lower back so far. It can be good to sort of just stretch forward. Now, one thing that we don't usually do with our butterfly stretch is twist. So grab onto your opposite knee now and look over one shoulder. Then grab the other knee and look over the other shoulder. And take one leg forward. Now, the object with this one is to push this knee as close to the floor as you can. Reach for your ankle or foot, or whatever's available, and then start to twist towards that bent knee. And then as you twist it towards the bent knee, try and get your rib cage closer to your front leg. You should feel a twist. I can feel it in my upper back, shoulder blades. And switch sides. So push the knee down, reach for the foot, start to look towards that knee. And as you're looking towards that knee, start to get that rib cage closer. Okay, brilliant. So I know I did this routine quite recently, so I'll try and make it a bit different. But again, for me, this is the number one thing that what I do to sort of lengthen and strengthen my lower back. Okay, so hopefully it works for you guys as well. I'll go from the side here to help you out, and just to make a quick, like sort of before and after, just sit up straight, sit up as straight as you can, and reach for your toes. So with my back straight, that's as far as I can go, like without this sequence. So that's the start. At the end, we'll see how far you are. Okay. So again, give yourself a generous bend in your knees, and then sort of hug forward here. Okay. Now you're rounding forward. You're engaging your whole back, and then reach for your toes. So I want you to keep this connection from your chest to your legs as best you can. Now, from the cat-cows we did earlier, breathe in now, push your chest even more into your legs, and then breathe out and let everything go. Now, when you let everything go, your heels should naturally push forward without any sort of tension or stress. Okay? And again, breathe in, Really rise up, try and lift your, sort of lifting your chest away from your legs now, and then breathe out, fold. Again, slide forward. For me, I feel this most in my upper back and my calves, which are two things that get tight because the middle back is tight. And one more time, breathe in. Raise up and breathe out. Okay, good, and relax. Now, if you've got blocks or pads, you can put your feet on blocks or pads. So I'm just going to grab the shield quickly. Your feet on. So slightly different today. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to have my feet so I can do a more elevated bridge. So we're just going to do 10 bridge holds and then hold at the top for 10. Okay, try and keep your knees close together. Okay, so if you're not using your block to lift, maybe you can put your block in between your legs. Okay, good, and lifting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold at the top for 10. Okay, now we're going to do something a little bit different. If you've got your block or your pad, whatever you've got, try and put it underneath your sacrum now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take both legs out straight. So this is a release for your lower back and also your psoas muscle. Now, elevate one knee. And then change. This time change and pull the knee to your chest. And if your other leg elevates slightly, that's great. You should feel a little bit of sensation in your psoas muscle. And switch legs. Good. And then both legs elevated. And so this is like when we were up against the wall earlier. Again, just be nice and keep relax after using the muscle just to bring it back down. Okay. Move your block to one side temporarily. Now again, if you do have neck problems, don't do this next bit. You can just do the fold forward again. But for me, to really get the lower back and the spine to stretch, I can come up and do things called deaf man's pose, when you bring your knees to your ears. So from here, I'm going to lift and I'm going to bring my knees to my ears. Okay. Now you're welcome to stay here, but again, to start using the muscles in the back, and this is like the, if you didn't like that chair exercise, all you do is you straighten your legs up and then back down, using your hands to support your lower back. Okay, so we're just going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And slowly, one vertebra at a time, walk forward. Okay. That's like the set. We're only going to do one more set today. I'll show you both variations of what you can do, but just to keep it different, because I know I did this one quite recently. So if grabbing your toes was enough for you, stay there. Now, for a little bit more intensity, grab the sides of your feet. Okay. If you still don't feel anything, go straight to level 3 and grab your heel. Okay. But again, we're going to take those 3 breaths. So breathing in and breathing out. Stay there for a second, just get relaxed in the position, and then breathe in. Look up to the ceiling and breathe out. Push. Try and breathe in this, especially if it's, you know, like a little bit more sensation. Try and breathe and relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Come up. So you've got 2 options now. Well, actually, 3 or 4 with the pad involved. You can either do the bridge again, which we did earlier. You can do elevated tabletop, or if your back is very flexible, you can do elevated wheel pose. Okay. So again, we're not going to do 10 reps. We're just going to hold for 10 seconds. Okay. So whichever position you're in, and again, if you don't want to go to the full wheel pose, you can put your fingers here and just push into the ground. Okay, it's a great way to start your wheel, and again, you still feel your back engaged, but just elevating your feet slightly can help you. Okay, so we're going to lift for 10. Okay, ready to lift? Lift it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Just bring your knees in and hug them for a bit. And then rock side to side. Now there are other variations where you can do the tabletop lift or the bridge lift or the wheel lift on one leg, but that's very advanced. Okay. So again, all we're going to do now is we're going to take the legs over the full plow. If you want to watch me first, I'm going to take my legs over. I'm trying to touch the floor, and I'm just lifting and lowering, so that using that these back muscles here to actually lift the weight. Okay, so again, modify as you need to, but I'm going to do 10. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Slowly, slowly roll down. Feel every vertebrae. And again, we'll just go back to our little test. Straight back now. Reach forward. Again, way more than I was. Okay. So for the conditioning part of the session now, I'm going to show you how to build strength in your lower back. Again, everyone's different, so the exercises will start very easy and they'll get harder and harder. If they become too difficult for you, you need to rest anytime, I'm going to show you resting positions in between each one. Okay, these are important to do. Okay, so these are all on your front, so if you want to watch me first, that's fine. So basically, the movements will be, I'll be here, let out. I'll lift one arm and the other arm 10 times. And I'll lift one leg and the other leg 10 times, and then I'll try and lift both hands, both legs at the same time. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, and we're just slowly building up the muscles in the lower back. Okay, so take your arms forward. So we're going to go from left to right, just lifting up as high as you can, keeping everything else on the floor. Okay, so lift the right arm, breathe in. As you let it down, breathe out. Lift the left. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing with the legs. Lift the right leg. 1. Lift the left leg. Go side to side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to lift right hand, left leg, same time. Okay, so we're going to lift opposite hand, opposite leg at the same time. Ready? Right hand, left leg, lift, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now don't worry about lifting your head. We're going to try and lift arms and legs and hold for 10 seconds, okay? So lifting arms and legs for 10 seconds. Ready, lift. And release. Come back. Knees together. Sit back in child's pose. Okay, sit up. So you can see the next level. Easier for me to show you here. The first level now would be lifting the head and the arms at the same time, so rolling from your chest. If lifting the head causes you problems, just go back to just keeping the head on the floor. Lift up 1, 2 hands together. 2, that's going to be round 1. And then we're going to lift up and what they call cactus arm, or sometimes a wave or wings. So here to here, this will be movement 2. Movement 3 will be forward, side, back. That'll be the third set. And the fourth set will be forward, side, back, and swim through. That one's hard. Okay, so again, these all get more difficult, but again, you start to have a look at your lower back spinal health by doing these little tests. Okay, so it's 4 sets. If they get too much for you, just go into child's pose anytime. Okay, because again, my lower back is feeling it. Like we just don't work our backs like this usually. Okay, so you're gonna have your thumbs up, and keep your feet on the floor, and lift your hand and your head at the same time. Okay, so lift 1, nice and slow and controlled. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now these next 2 sets, it's up to you whether you want to keep your feet elevated as well. Okay, so basically going to go from thumbs up to thumbs to the side. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put the head down for a second. Now we're going to take arms to the side behind you. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now rest. And we're going to try and put all 4 movements into one sequence, okay? We're going to do the sequence 5 times because it is very tough, okay? So, fingertips forward, cactus, behind, swing through. 1, cactus, and back, swing through. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now you can do the same child pose as before. Little modification. Curl your toes and sit on your heels and then stretch forward. Okay, last set, I think we've got time for it today. Is a pose called the bow. You can reach back to your feet. If that's not available, just reach your feet back. That'll be one. There's a weird one. I've done this for a while. Where you turn your palms in and you lie on your palms like this. If this doesn't feel good for you, don't do it. And we're going to try and lift one leg, then the other leg, then both legs. And then we'll finish this off this sequence, okay? So first of all, we're going to go forward. We're going to bend your legs, okay? Reach back like this, or if you can grab onto your ankles, reach for them, stay there, or lift for 10. Okay, now comes the horrible one. So you're going to turn your palms over and lie on your palms with your thumbs out. It's pretty uncomfortable if you've never done it before, okay? So lift your right leg up as high as you can. 1, 2. Down. Lift your other leg up for 10. Now lift both legs up for 10. And down. Okay, and now to finish off another variation, keep your hips over your knees and then shoot your arms forward to what's called puppy pose. Okay, well done, everyone. So I know some of those exercises were quite extreme. So these now to finish are non-extreme lower back exercises that I do every day if you can, you know, either when you wake up or when you go to bed, because they're all lying on your back. So the first one is just hold on to your knees and rock side to side. Little tiny rocks, not too big, but just like we did earlier, massaging the spine. Now, if it feels okay for you, I like to grab my legs on the outside, just roll forward and back a couple of times. Okay, and then we'll lie on our back, go for the good old happy baby. Happy baby, either grab onto your ankles, insides of the feet, or outsides of the feet, okay? And same thing as holding on to the knees now, just rock side to side, little rocks. Now, one of the things that I like to do is bend the feet in to butterfly stretch from your back and out to either legs bent, or you can take legs all the way straight if you're flexible in that way, okay? We should do 5 of those. So butterfly to happy baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now, take your legs out to just outside your hips. And we're going to bring the knees in and just let them rest in. Okay? And this is a great way of taking the pressure off the spine if you do have an injury or feeling weak. Okay? And now a similar thing to what we just did. You're going to take the knees out as far as they'll go. They'll go all the way to the butterfly and then bring them back in. 1, 2. Now naturally your back will arch and round as you do these 2 movements. Here, you take your arms out flat, or you could take them out in cactus position and just drop the knees from one side to the other, trying to keep the shoulders on the floor. And when you're on one side, hold that position, turn your head the opposite way. If you want to make the stretch more intense, take the bottom foot and put it over the top knee. Get a little cross action here. And switch. And then just bring one knee in, straighten the other leg, and opposite hand, pull it across your body. And switch other way. Slowly, slowly come up. Well done, everyone. That's 45 minutes. Hope your backs feel worked.